Hi, how are you, Democles?
Hello, Luana. I'm always happy when I'm about to practice some English.
That's wonderful.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing today? How's your afternoon?
Awesome.
Nice. Where are you calling from?
From Brazil.
Wonderful, my favorite.
Have you talked to other Brazilians here on Cambly?
Yes, I have. And Brazilians are the main reason why I chose to come on to Cambly and try to help them out because my family is from Brazil. My parents are Brazilian. And I speak Portuguese and English. And I always thought it would be a wonderful way to help a lot of my Brazilian friends because sometimes they get discouraged or they feel a little nervous to say certain things in English because they might not know the emotion to describe it. And in Portuguese, it's easier. And the honest truth is that I can help translate it better. So it helps.
Amazing. I love your story.
Yes,
Can I
and
ask you where your parents are from?
my parents are from Rio de Janeiro. My mom is from Copacabana, and my father is from Teresópolis.
Amazing. I have been there. I have been to Copacabana. I stayed
Mm,
at least 2 nights there because I was
yeah.
visiting the city
Hmm.
because I was supposed and I attended to a
Hmm.
YouTube event there.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, they have a lot of like what are they called? Like
They have a
groups.
YouTube
I've
space there.
They have
There
a
is a
whole
building. Yes,
like a whole building dedicated to YouTube there in
yes,
Rio. That
yes.
I did not know. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they do.
I would have expected that from São Paulo, but I didn't expect that from Rio de Janeiro.
There is another one in São Paulo.
Oh, nice. See? So there you go.
Yes. Uh, are you fluent in Portuguese as well?
I would say I'm pretty comfortable.
Okay.
I would
Well,
say I'm fluent. I'm fluent. I'm maybe not 100% native.
but when you
Mas eu falo com conforto, 100%.
and with a real accent, I could
Yes,
hear.
100%. Meus pais são carioca, então tá no meu sangue.
But what language do you use when you are by yourself just thinking?
When That's a good question. When I am by myself, I do think in English.
I thought so.
I do think in English.
But
Yes.
if you are thinking about something related to your parents, maybe you will be thinking in Portuguese?
Most likely. Okay, so speaking to my parents, um, it's like an on and off switch because I can switch from English to Portuguese so casually and it feels very comfortable. But this is something that usually happens in an American immigrant's household when you have another family that speaks. Now, my mother speaks with no accent whatsoever. She sounds like me when we talk. My father, he has an accent, so it's different, you know?
Mhm.
It's an unusual situation sometimes, but I enjoy it very much.
I am thinking here, I'm wondering, maybe you do not notice your mother's accent because you grew up with her. Maybe somebody else would notice.
Oh no, my mom has no accent because she came to this country when she was 3 years old.
Ah, okay. So that,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. But my mom went back to Brazil and did high school and college in Brazil and then came back here.
So interesting. That's such an
It's such
interesting
a
life. Yes, I love that. I have a student that is just like you. She told me she was the first one in her family to be born in America. Her parents are Brazilians, and I help her with mathematics. I do some tutoring online, and
That's
I think it's
wonderful.
amazing when I'm talking to her, and when she finishes a sentence in English, sometimes she says, "Ne."
Man, that's so cute.
I love it. I love it. She's speaking
It's
so
so funny
fluent.
because sometimes
Yes.
sometimes I'll say things and I'm talking in English and then out of nowhere I just go, gente. And like and some of my friends are already used to things that I might say, you know. But I think it's nice because where in Brazil are you from, by the way, in
I'm
particular?
the Northeast, a state called Ceará.
Ceará, I have not been there yet. I would love to visit. I would love to visit. But
Well, I am sure you would have a good time here. We have beautiful beaches like Jericoacoara, which is
that's
very
the
well
most
known.
famous.
Yes,
Yeah, that's the most famous. How do you say that again? Porque I always have a problem saying that. Jericoacoara.
Jericoacoara.
Jeri, Jericoacoara.
Perfect.
Jericoacoara. Já, I was
G,
about to
G.
mess it up. Jararacaquá. But that's because these are this is like an indigenous uh
It
name,
is. It is.
correct?
If
So
I think it's, I'm not sure, but maybe it's the name of some kind of a bird. I'm not sure. I know Guaramiranga is like red bird. Guaramiranga is a
yes.
city that is kind of famous here in Ceará
Okay. Okay.
because it's like the only cold place, one of the few cold places because it's so high. It's kind of like a
Yeah,
mountain, so it's
I can imagine.
it's
I can
colder there.
imagine.
Now here is one of the hottest places in Brazil. Ceará is super hot. Where do you live in America?
You have summer pretty much
Throughout
almost
the
all
year.
year throughout
Yes.
the year. Yeah. I live in New York City.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
It must be cold there still, right? Even though
It
it's
is
the summer
very
right
cold.
now. Is it
So
summer?
no, today is the first day of spring.
Oh, spring.
Today's the first day of spring, and today, let me tell you what is the. It's not 57 degrees. 57 degrees is about 10 degrees
50,
Celsius. 57
57
is what,
Fahrenheit
10, 11,
to Celsius. Let's see. 57 Fahrenheit to Celsius, it's 13, almost 14 degrees Celsius.
14. Okay, so I was off by 4 Celsius, but it's still pretty cold.
Pretty good, and pretty cold.
It's still pretty cold.
I'm sure I would be dying if I was there
Yeah,
from the cold.
especially because your body has gotten used to
The
your
temperature.
territory, your
Yes.
temperature of everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a very different experience. So growing up, I would spend my summers, your winters in Brazil. So from the age of 3 months old till I was 18 years old, I would spend uh, June, July, and August in Brazil because that's my summer.
Hmm.
So I would go to Brazil. Now listen to this. I mean, Rio, it's nice. It's not horrible weather, but it's still winter.
Yes.
But me and my brother, we're so American and we're so used to New York cold that when we get to Brazil in your winter, it's still like spring, summer weather for us.
As it was not that cold.
So like my aunts would take us to the beach and they would be sitting at the beach with like their shorts and a shirt, and me and my brother would go swimming in those.
Because
Or
if you were in the cold months in New York, it snows and everything, doesn't it?
yeah, it
Temperatures below
does.
zero and all that. So if you come to Brazil, you will not experience as cold as that in
No,
anywhere. No place in
you
Brazil
won't.
would be as cold as New York
No,
City.
no. Although maybe I have experienced in Teresópolis, it's been like seven, like seven
Yeah,
degrees
that's pretty cold.
Celsius. So that's pretty cold. And it's different when traveling in Brazil and it's that cold because here in America we have central heating, and most of our homes have like a heating system that keeps it nice and cozy,
Mm-hmm.
in the winter. So when you get this kind of like freezing cold in Brazil, in Teresópolis, and it's 7 degrees Celsius,
And there
it's a
is
it's a
no,
different cold. There's no
yes,
heating inside the house, like,
yes.
and and it's unusual because homes in Brazil are built very open, very very abundant, so the heat never gets stuck inside. So because in the summer months it's always
Mm-hmm.
hot, so it's
Yeah.
a different
Yeah,
it's
I
different for
understand.
sure.
I understand the same thing. I have heard the same thing happens in Portugal. Because Portugal is not as cold as Canada, for instance.
Yeah.
And I talked to someone who is from Canada, and they said in Portugal it was a lot, they felt freezing even more than in Canada because there was no central heat system,
Yeah.
and so the houses were not ready. So as though as the temperature was not as low as in Canada, they would
Yeah.
feel even more cold in
a
Portugal than
hundred
in
percent
Canada. And there is
Oh
the
yeah.
wind that makes everything even more freezing,
uh,
right?
it's so cold. I can't. I'll be honest. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna stay here in New York anyway, because I at this point, since the pandemic has affected everybody differently, I think we've all come to realize that we can work online, we can work virtually, we can receive everything digitally. I think we're moving forward into a different generation in which, even though it's going to seem very hard, I think it's going to be very beneficial. Like in our sense of like technology, like you say, you work YouTube, you teach math, you do different things that you can all do digitally. And now I think there's going to be a new movement with being able to work anywhere. I don't have to stay where I'm staying anymore. Like I can live somewhere else
Yes.
now
Have you ever heard
and
of
do the
digital
things.
nomad?
Yes, I have. I have
That's
heard
what
of
I
this.
want to be.
That would be,
Luana,
yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. We are
No, of
almost
course.
running out of time. So now I would like to tell you that, as I have already told you, I am a YouTuber. I have two YouTube channels, one about mathematics in Portuguese. That is
Okay.
my job. I work teaching mathematics on YouTube. And
Okay,
another
that's
one that is just beginning, and it's about English. So what
okay.
I do on the one about English, usually I edit and upload the videos that I get from Cambly here during these
Mhm.
lessons. Only,
Mhm.
of course, when the tutor gives me permission, when the tutor is okay with it. I
Of
understand
course.
some people are not because they are shy or I don't know. But I
Yeah.
would like to ask you permission to use the video from this class to my YouTube channel. Would you be okay with it?
Uh yeah, sure. You can do that.
I
Sem problema.
appreciate. I
100%.
I am sure the content that we just created by talking here is amazing. I love this. I love this. I love when
Yeah.
I meet someone like you who has like two languages and is fluent in both, have parents that are from one country, but you were born in America and all that. I am
Yeah.
sure I would like to ask you so many questions, and I hope I can schedule a new lesson with you
That's
to keep talking
wonderful.
about your whole background because you have super interesting life.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. And I'm really looking forward to us getting to know each other better and, like becoming friends. Next time when I'm in Brazil, I go to Ceará, you come
I
to
would love
Copacabana.
that. I tell everybody that when I joined Cambly, I hoped I would become friends with someone in a way that someday maybe that person would come and stay with me, my wife and I, in our house.
Yeah,
That way I would provide accommodation and I would have someone to
I
practice
love
English
it.
all the time.
I
That would
love
be a
it. I
dream.
love it.
I hope this
As
pandemic
long as you don't
ends.
mind. As long as you don't mind, my husband will speak English to you all the time too.
That would be great. So I will schedule a new lesson with you. Thank you for your permission.
Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Goodbye.